Hi, I'm Todd Nauck, and you're listening to Dinner and a Podcast.
Go ahead. Make my day.
The first rule of Fight Club is, you do not talk about Fight Club.
Here's Johnny.
I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
This is Sparta.
The greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world he didn't exist.
You talking to me?
I see dead.
Houston, we have a problem.
Just a drink. A martini, shaken, not stirred.
Why so serious?
I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
Welcome to Dinner and a Podcast. Here are your hosts, Steve, Joe, and Mike.
Hey everybody, welcome to episode 73 of Dinner and a Podcast, the show where three best friends get together, share a meal and a conversation discussing all things pop culture, movies, TV, and comics. Make sure to check out our Facebook page by searching Dinner and a Podcast, our website, dinnerandapodcast.weebly.com. There you can find comic reviews, full comic synopses, dinner and a movie reviews, and just a bit outside, which is our sports section. You can also shop for our pins and our stickers, which are really pretty cool. I got a whole new stock of the Dinner and a Podcast pins, which with the popcorn and the cup of coffee there, so you can buy those.
Oh, yeah.
Got a whole new stock of those. I want to say hi to our buddies at the Nerd Podcast Mafia and the BSPN Podcasting Network. Also want to say congrats to Aussie and the Palm, who came up with their 100th episode that they've released. So congrats to those boys over there.
Okay.
And also want to say hi to Not Another Nerdy Podcast. Joe.
Yes, Steve.
Do you like cookies?
I love cookies.
Well, guess what?
What's that?
Marie DeZio, our favorite baker/murderer, is having a sale on cookies. Not more of a sale, not really a sale, more of a discount code.
Would you say she's slashing her prices?
She's slashing her prices. She's also killing the competition. She has a discount code now. So
Okay.
if you go to her website or her Instagram, which is at DeZio Bakes, DIZEOBAKES, or if you put an order in through her on her Gmail, which is DeZioBakes@gmail.com, and you mention Dinner and a Podcast, you get 10% off your order. That's a pretty good deal, right?
We should have had like a better code word.
What is the code word?
Should have been like murder.
What is it?
It's Dinner and a Podcast. That's, you gotta
murder and a podcast.
Murder and a podcast. Mention murder. Put that in the subject line, and you get yourself 10% off your cookies. Today's show.
Speaking of Marie, though.
Yeah, speaking of Marie.
I gotta call off my hit on you.
What, you had a hit on me?
You were supposed to bring me some cookies like 2 weeks ago.
Well, no, you came to my house. The cookies were there, and I forgot to give them to you.
Yeah, I know.
All right. That's partly on you.
Marie was upset about that because she was like, "Hey, did you get your cookies?" And I was like, "No, what cookies?"
I should have just given you a box of crumbs.
And she was like,
what
"Look,
you deserve."
I gave Steve the cookies. I don't understand. He's messing with my product.
Right.
This can't
her
be.
Product. It's Girl Scout cookies.
Look.
It's not her product.
She's very, very,
the
very,
Girl
very
Scouts down. She gets $1 from every
sensitive
box.
about her cookies.
She's shaking them down?
Yeah.
Our topic for today's show is going to be Ready Player One. We went to see the biggest blockbuster, or one of the most anticipated movies for us anyway. I know it was for me.
Yeah. It's so far, I think it's, besides like a Marvel movie, I think it's made the most money.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think I heard it passed.
Oh, we kind of said that.
Pacific Rim.
We said that. We kind of said that this would be in the top 10 movies of the year. Like 8 of them would be Disney's.
Yeah, and one Ready Player One.
Yeah, one Ready Player One.
I'm super conflicted about this movie.
Me too.
Super
about Ready Player One?
Really, really conflicted.
I'm not conflicted.
There's parts I loved.
Yeah.
And parts I did not like at all.
Well, we'll get into that later. Get into that. But before that,
all the conflict.
Got any news, Joe?
You knows it.
Yes.
You knows it.
Well, now we know.
And knowing is half the battle.
News with Joe!
All right, so what do you guys want to start with? Marvel news or DC news?
Oh, start with the bad one. So DC news.
All right, DC news.
It's
What's
all DC. Well, they're movies.
DC movie news. Yeah. Okay.
I only have one news for DC. So.
All right.
Death of Superman DVD. Have you guys seen the trailer?
I did.
The animated one.
Yes. I did.
Did you like it?
I did.
I'm conflicted about it.
I like all their animated stuff, man.
I do, but
my thing is, why so soon? I mean, that comic book came out 25 years ago. Why
Right.
so soon?
Are you serious? Why so
No.
soon?
That what took them so long?
Oh, I don't know.
Well, they came out with one not too long ago. It was like a short of the movie, Superman versus Doomsday or something like that. But what I don't understand, it's the Justice League.
Yeah.
But Wonder Woman, Batman, Flash, Green Lantern, and none of them can beat Doomsday.
Right.
what was captivating about the comic back in the day, you had a Justice League of characters who you didn't really know, and they got slaughtered by Doomsday, which is why Superman gets killed, because he's got no backup.
Right.
You would think someone like Batman and Wonder Woman will be able to help Superman, like, give him the edge to win. So
were they? I haven't read Death of Superman in easily 20 years.
They weren't there.
They weren't in that.
No, they weren't in that storyline.
No, I don't remember them at all.
I don't remember that. Okay.
There was a Green Lantern, but it was Guy Gardner, who's not.
Hal.
Yeah, and you have the Flash, and I think Cyborg might be in it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm kind of curious how they're gonna spin this, where Superman loses, with Batman helping him.
Right. Because Batman never loses.
Right.
I don't know, man. I'm gonna watch it.
I'm gonna watch it either way, but when I saw the other heroes in there, I was like, oh wait, this doesn't make sense to me.
I pre-ordered Batman Ninja.
Didn't that come out already?
No,
it comes out in like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Comes out in like 2 weeks. I pre-ordered it though. It's getting a 9.2 on IGN.
Yeah, but that's based on what?
I don't know. People must have seen it,
or they just fanboyed it and were like, Batman and ninjas.
No, they had to have seen it to give it a score.
I don't like
I would
that
assume.
style.
I would assume. Oh, I can't wait. The Joker Asian masks, like ninja masks, they look insane. I can't wait.
I want to watch it because it's different.
Yeah, and it's an Elseworld. It's not like a Japanese Batman.
But did you watch the other one, Batman by Gaslight?
Yeah, I loved it.
It was good.
Yeah, it was good.
I didn't get to watch
Gotham by Gaslight.
Gotham by Gaslight. Yeah, no, that was good. And it's not like it's an Asian Batman. It's Batman goes back in time. To Asia, yeah, which is pretty cool.
What's wrong with Asian Batman?
Nothing. I just. Well, thanks, Mike. There's nothing wrong with Asian Batman.
That's not what Steve was implying.
Mike's trying to get the heat off of himself for wanting to sell women into prostitution in pirate movies.
I never said that. I never said that.
Did you see Sebi's
I did.
meme?
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
I think it summed it up pretty good.
Change my mind. That's not what I was on about.
Okay. Anyway.
I just didn't see the problem with pirates selling women into prostitution, I guess. I didn't say I wanted to sell women. Prostitutes and pirates, they go together. Like peas and carrots.
Shit on stink. Anyway.
But speaking of Batman, my Kickstarter finished.
Finished.
Yeah, that's right.
Finished.
Yay.
$4.5 million it raised.
I debated buying a game.
You can still get in
onto it
because I can get in. Like, it's closed, but they're going to send me out. They call their pledge manager, which is where you can allocate the money you pledged,
right?
And you can raise your pledge or lower your pledge. So it's locked. Like what's in the game now,
right?
So I think they originally had like 100 models, and now there's just under 200 models. They've added over the course of the campaign.
It looks great.
It really does. Lots of different cool Batmans. Batman Year 100, Batman 0 Year.
That's cool.
Yeah.
When do you actually get to play it? When do you get the physical?
Next April.
Okay. We got a year.
Yeah.
All right.
I can't wait.
We should play a live game.
Oh, I think I'm fine with that. I would love to play it.
We can live stream it.
I can't wait to try it.
Yeah, because we've done Turtles. It's going to be the same
kind of idea. Yeah, Joe kickstarted a Turtles game a couple years ago.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so it only cost me just under $400.
Oh my god.
Yeah, well, it was $320.
Oh my god, says the guy who bought $1,000 guitar.
$2,000. Get it right.
Guitar.
I could buy 5 Batman games.
You want to know what else I bought? I bought something else.
Uh-oh.
That's really not that bad. I got so we got our tax money back.
Right.
All right. So now I love that my wife doesn't listen to this show. It's amazing. So our tax money we get from feds and we get from the state, right? So the Fed money, big chunk of money, put that, Nicole knew where that was coming from, put that aside. Put that back into our bank account so she knows. The city money or the state money, not so much, right? A little bit.
Yeah.
About $1,000, right? She's not going to remember that. She doesn't remember that $1,000, right? So that $1,000 goes into my like old savings account from when I was a kid, like my first savings account, right? That's what I first filed my tax returns on, so it goes in there still. So I always wanted an Ethan Van Sciver sketch of Green Lantern. He's the guy who does Blackest Night. He's the creator of Blackest Night. He's like the best, in my opinion. He's the best Green Lantern.
You did
artist.
not buy $1,000.
No, I bought a $200 doodle.
All right.
I'm waiting for that to come in the mail though. It's gonna be sweet. Can't wait. Ethan Van Sciver is awesome.
All right, it's not too bad.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
What?
I don't get to play it though. I just get to stare at it.
I don't get to play mine either. It's completely how I wasted time for the last 2 weeks just watching someone else make money.
Yeah.
And then I go, I gotta wait a year.
Yes.
A year. I was super excited when it closed, and I'm like, now I just need the next year of my life to pass.
You know what
like
it is?
that.
You forget about it, until
it's gonna
you
arrive.
get the email.
My
it's like,
birthday's in April. How great is that going to be?
hey, guess what? This
Yeah.
was shipped, and you're like, oh my god,
Your
I
birthday
forgot about this.
is the day before Infinity War comes out.
Yes.
And you're opening a restaurant. So you're not going to enjoy your birthday or see Infinity War.
No. The restaurant's been pushed to May 7th.
Oh.
Due to construction. We talked about this already.
Did we? No, was I outside in the parking lot?
Oh, maybe.
Yes.
So the restaurant got pushed a week.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, so April 26th, that night,
You're good.
I'm free now to watch the movie.
Well, I got your ticket for you.
Yeah.
Can't
So
wait.
we can go to a 7 p.m. showing.
7:30.
Even better. Yeah, I can't wait.
That's nice and early. It's not too late. It's good.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I'm fine
it's
with that.
good, yeah.
Yeah.
I can't wait. That's the highlight of the month.
Oh
that
my,
movie.
the highlight of the year.
I can't wait, man. Cannot wait. How many days left? Like 23 days left? Something like that? 24 days? What's today? The 2nd?
Yeah.
Don't know. I guess it matters what episode you put this one in.
That's true. That is true. It's 24, 23 days. Who knows? 20 days?
Speaking of Marvel, have you guys heard the Captain Marvel news?
I have not.
All of the characters are gonna make
I did.
cameos, or they're gonna have a role in the movie.
Yeah.
So we're gonna get.
Because it's set in the 90s, right? So they
yeah.
can bring back or introduce younger versions.
The
You're getting a
90s were
young
the
Nick
worst.
Fury.
Weren't the 90s the worst? I didn't get into the grunge until later. I didn't get into Nirvana and all that till like the 2000s.
I don't think that's the part that's the worst about the 90s.
No, I
All
didn't-
the bright colors and
Oh, the
crap.
teal.
Yeah, that people
Yeah.
wore.
Like the Charlotte Hornets colors.
Yeah.
Yeah. Saved by the Bell colors.
Yes.
Yeah, sorry.
Starter jackets.
Oh, I love starter jackets.
90s are the worst, but he loves starter jackets.
Starter jackets are great.
Anyway,
Best thing to come out of the 90s.
we're gonna get a young.
No, it's not.
What?
What was?
Grunge music.
Besides the grunge music. I said that was fine. That's fine. Seinfeld. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
That was pretty good. All right.
Jurassic Park, Forrest Gump, Braveheart.
Well, the sci-fi movies were good, huh?
Yeah.
Biggie Smalls.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Biggie.
Biggie. Let the bodies hit the floor. Sorry to derail you there, Joe.
No problem.
All right.
So we're gonna get a young Nick Fury.
Okay.
We get Phil Coulson,
All right. Makes sense.
Ronan the Accuser.
Ronan the Accuser from Guardians? Mm-hmm. What's he going to do?
Accuse. Jesus.
Stupid.
Just spell it out for you.
And the other guy from Guardians that gets his head ripped apart by Drax.
Like,
Oh, okay.
He arrests Star-Lord in the beginning of the
who
movie.
tries to, yeah.
Okay.
What's his name? I can't remember his name. I should have wrote it down.
I don't know.
The guy who gets his head ripped apart.
All right.
Do you know that don't know where I saw this. That first scene in Guardians where he's in that like abandoned temple,
Right.
that is supposed to be a city that was lost to a flood that only recedes every 300 years or every 1,000 years, something like that.
How'd you find that out?
It was in it's in the published material for the script and like the story, that he was able to get access to that orb because it's like on this cycle where the oceans of that planet recede.
Star-Lord ain't no dummy then.
Yeah. Which I'm like, what? Where was any of that in the movie?
They probably had to cut out 45 minutes
Yeah.
Right.
of dialogue to make it fit.
But I was like, that almost makes it a little cooler.
Right.
Yeah.
That it's like that's why it wasn't like an abandoned civilization. It was a civilization that was washed away.
Yep.
And now receded. And would also make sense why no one had gotten the Infinity Stones before.
Well, that's the first thing
Yeah.
I thought of. Like,
why didn't anyone go to this?
Yeah.
You couldn't get to it.
That's pretty
Or the
cool.
guy-
Where's Star Doug? Why didn't he grab it?
All the geysers that were there.
Yeah, see, that makes a little more sense
Right.
now. And all the water.
Huh.
Yeah.
Look at that. Mike's dropping knowledge.
I don't know how I learned that, but I'm rewatching all the Marvel movies.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I'm halfway through Thor Ragnarok. It's so good. It's so good.
I decided I'm going to rewatch them all with my daughter, except one.
Which one?
Hulk.
Oh, yeah. You can't do that.
That doesn't even matter, right? Like, it doesn't even matter that
It's
that's...
actually two in the sequence.
Yeah, right.
It's Iron Man 1, Hulk,
Yeah.
and then Iron Man 2. They really went really high
Yeah.
and then really low.
Yeah.
I think the only scene in Hulk that's important is the post-credit scene where Tony Stark talks to the general.
Yeah.
Yeah, with Cap Shield on the table, right? Was that the one with Cap Shield on the table?
No.
No, I think they're at a bar.
Yeah, they're at a bar. The
Okay.
general's kind of at a bar drinking, and Iron Man walks in.
Oh.
I think that scene is in Iron Man 2.
Which? I watched 1 and 2.
The one where he's talking about with Cap Shield on.
Yeah, I think you're right.
That's where he uses it. I just watched it. He uses it to balance out the... he makes like the small particle accelerator in his house.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he uses Iron Man's old shield.
Captain America.
Sorry, Captain America's. So I watched 1 and 2 and Thor. All still hold up. All good.
Yeah.
Iron Man What do we have Iron Man rated in our?
We had it ranked high.
The first one ranked pretty high.
It needs to be high. It's such a that is really.
I think we had
a
it
good movie.
6.
Even my daughter was like, "Oh, that's my favorite we watched today." Because we watched 3 on Saturday. When
It's
we were cleaning
so
up.
good.
Yeah, her and I spent the day together and kind of tidied up the house while putting those on in the background. She's like, "This one's really good, Dad." And I'm like, "Yeah."
I need 15% more Iron Man in that one, and I'm good.
In which one?
In Iron Man 1. I know it's the origin, and it doesn't, he doesn't have the suit right away.
Him making the suit's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
And the first suit at the beginning.
Yeah, that's
is
really cool. I like that a lot. The Iron Giant suit kind of looking thing.
And I didn't even notice, like, Obadiah Stane, the bad guy, like, he actually calls himself an ironmonger.
Really?
Yeah. He goes, "That's what we are, Tony. We're just ironmongers." When he was trying to get him back into selling weapons.
Right.
I was like, how did I even... No, I missed that. It's really good. It's enjoyable. Mm-hmm. I enjoy it. Even 2's not bad.
No, 2's okay.
Yep. Yeah, I think 3's the one that's really disappointing.
Yeah, 3's really bad. 3's the one where Pepper gets in the suit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like when... Like, that means anybody can be Iron Man. To me, that meant anyone can just get in the suit and be Iron Man. Tony Stark isn't special. It has nothing to do with him. It's just it's just the suit.
I'll let you know. I'm going to try to do 3 a weekend for the next 3 or 4 weekends. Ooh. Yeah, I have weekends off now.
Oh, good for you.
Just till the restaurant opens, so.
All right.
That's doable.
I promise Yeah.
I would do 3 a week, but I just watch the same 3 over and over again.
No, I know. That's why I'm like, just going to do them in order.
I watched the first Avenger last week. It was on TV.
That's the one we started, and we had to go out for dinner.
Did you watch them in chronological order of when they came out?
Released. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because then you could watch it the other way of the timeline of the stories.
Yeah, I debated that. But...
Dude, Hugo Weaving is awesome as the Red Skull.
Yes.
He's amazing as the Red Skull.
Yeah,
it wasn't for that puffy shirt.
We have to get back into it. We only got like 10 minutes in, then we had to go out to eat.
Oh, so good.
Yeah.
I was at my dad's house. I brought the kids over for dinner the other night, and it was on. I was like, "Oh, we're watching this." It was on TBS. I'm like, "This is what we're watching." He's so good. He's so believable as the Red Skull. And I heard that there's rumors of him coming back. By the way,
really?
Yeah, I thought he hates Marvel.
Thought he didn't want to do anything.
But I didn't watch the videos, but they were videos that were like, "Can he be coming back?" kind of thing.
I guess
maybe people are talking about it.
And what I've heard is this new movie breaks everything.
Yeah.
Right, and then the one that's coming out a year from now is them going back in time through all the other movies, fixing the past.
Wow, that's bold, man.
So that would be really interesting. Like, you could relive the 19 or 20 previous movies at that point and just relive all your favorite parts of them. Like, with them going back, like Back to the Future 2.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, where they're watching themselves do things and stuff. Like, that could... It could be really bad, or that could be really amazing.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I love that movie. I love that moment, you know?
Revisit the airport scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could redo certain ones of those scenes. And
all
then
right, Peter, you can't run into future past self.
Yeah. His hand starts to go away. But there's also, like, you could rewrite parts of the universe that you're not happy with.
Yeah.
Like
Marvin Barry.
your cousin
Marvin.
Like the fact that not Scarlet Witch. Well, you could fix that too, that her brother doesn't die.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Or like the silly thing that when Black Widow's trying to convince the Hulk that she's as big a monster as she is, he's like, "I destroyed a whole city." She's like, "I can't have babies. I'm a monster." Like that was the plot of Avengers.
Yeah.
Like that, they could fix some of that stuff and streamline it out. It's a real good chance to reset their universe.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not that they need to.
No.
But you could take it in new directions now. Interesting stuff. And that's how you can introduce new characters. Mm-hmm. Like, why does he look so different? We messed the timeline, Marty.
Speaking of new characters and future movies, I had read 2 articles. One that they want to do a spin-off movie with Winter Soldier and Falcon.
Okay.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I'm into that.
I was thinking if they did it like that book that you were reading.
Have the two of them fight to the death to be who's going to be to replace Captain America.
That would be cool. That'd be really cool.
That would be cool.
What would you call
They
it?
do it more like a buddy cop movie, though.
Yeah.
Because they're seen in Civil War when they're in the car
good.
in the back seat. They're really good together.
I'll watch. If they do a buddy cop with those two, I'll watch it. That'll be real funny.
Going to do something they have to do because Captain America's not there to do it anymore.
Yeah.
It's like, guess we got to do it.
They could easily do the comic book thing where Natasha is dead and they don't think she's dead. She's not really dead.
That could be. They could do it with Captain America. Captain America's dead and they don't believe it.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Or whoever. Yeah.
It'd be, they
But they would need Chris Evans for that at all. If they just did
Correct.
Scarlett Johansson died.
Yeah.
And there are murders happening that look like Scarlett Johansson did it, and they're looking for her.
I have a feeling Captain America's going to die, though.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
But wouldn't it be funny, the two of them in an adventure where they keep arguing about who's going to be the next Captain America the whole time? That's why you can't be Captain America. It would be good. Yeah. I like the funny Marvel movies. I have no issue with them.
Oh, me neither.
None. I know I should, but I don't.
Because this one's not going to be funny. This one's going to be so sad.
That's okay.
With Tony Stark guts spewing all over the place.
The sadness. I think he survives.
No way.
I think he survives to look at what he's done.
I hope he does. But that's what he does every movie. He looks at what he's done and goes, oh, I'm so sorry. My fault.
I have to fix this now.
Yeah.
The other character that I read that they want to make a TV series about is Moon Knight.
Now, I don't know much about Moon Knight. Could you tell me, is that
I don't know much about him.
He's
either.
not like a Batman
he's
character.
He's kind of like a Batman.
Their version of Batman.
He's Marvel's Batman?
But he's mystical, right?
Yeah.
Because I know the comic book is getting really good reviews.
Really?
The Moon Knight comic is, people really like that. But it's like more of a psychological book.
Okay.
That's from what I hear. It's a very psychological comic.
The mantle of Moon Knight's changed from other other alter egos.
Okay.
So I don't know who this Moon Knight is or if it's the same one.
I have it all in my queue in Marvel Unlimited.
Right.
I haven't gotten a chance to read it. I've been reading the Hawkeye books, the original Hawkeye books for a while now, and I'm starting. I think I've taken Daredevil off my list long enough to where I caught up on Unlimited, because
Right.
Unlimited's like 6 months behind. So I haven't been I haven't had the chance to read Moon Knight yet, but it's there because there's like 20 issues out.
Oh wow.
So I want to give it a shot. People really like it, but that's cool. He looks cool.
Yeah, the showrunner for Daredevil wants to pitch a Moon Knight TV series.
That's pretty neat.
Why not? Just
keep them coming. Keep them coming.
Netflix hasn't put out anything bad, so.
Did we all see Jessica Jones yet at this point? No, Mike still didn't see it.
I haven't seen it, and that's not a good sign.
Yeah.
That I'm like 3 episodes in, and I'm like, I'll get to it.
Yeah.
That's really not a great sign for them.
Yeah, I went like 4 days without watching an episode.
I'm like 3 weeks at this point.
I watched it in 2 days.
The only reason I finished it was because I was going on another podcast to review it.
And the other,
but I liked it though. I'm glad I went.
The other night, I was like, I like to put on Netflix while I cook.
Yeah.
I have put my tablet on the counter.
Yeah.
And I was like, what do I want to watch? I'm like, I guess I could watch Jessica Jones. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to keep going through The Office instead.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, that's not good for Jessica Jones. I mean, I'll get to it.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, I want to keep watching The Office because I've really started liking that show.
Yeah, the show's great.
I feel though like when you watch TV, you have to be in the mood for certain kinds of
Correct. Yeah, and that's real
shows.
kind of somber and down and
I'm like that with a lot. I mean, I haven't listened to podcasts in 2 weeks. I haven't listened to any podcasts in 2 weeks. I'm behind at least 2 episodes on all my favorite podcasts because I'm just in that mood right now where I just want to listen to music.
Right.
Like I'm in a music, frame of mind right now.
Yeah.
And especially when there's no school, there's no reason for me to listen. I got no commute.
No, yeah. So you just
So
you're not going to sit down for an hour and just put it on unless you're doing something else.
Exactly. So this might not be like you're not into Jessica Jones. Maybe just me.
No, I'm way more into comedy because I even like when I choose podcasts now. If I get like 4 or 5 in, I'm like, whichever one's funny is the one I'm going to listen to at the moment.
Yeah.
So
last Marvel news: Fantastic Four is coming back to comics.
We kind of knew that.
Yeah.
But they never did anything with it. Are they finally like that whole jumpstart that Marvel did?
Right.
Nothing came about.
But I want to know if this is because of what's happening behind the scenes with Disney and Fox.
100%.
Do you think?
100%. For how many years did they not write a Fantastic Four book?
Yeah, they know they're getting them now.
How long until we get Fantastic Four?
The next Avengers movie.
Really?
That's my prediction.
No, I don't. I think you're years away.
Yeah, that's going to be years away, isn't it? Or when is that? Does that have a release
Next
date?
year.
Avengers Infinity War Part 2?
Yeah. When's that coming out?
March.
You think we'll get Fantastic Four as soon as then?
I think the end of that movie you'll have a Fantastic Four extra credit scene.
It'd be funny if they use like the time gem and they come out of a portal.
No, I don't. I think you're years away. I think what they have planned now, and now they know they have this in their back pocket for whenever they want.
Yeah.
First time their universe starts to slip in the wrong direction or people get tired, they're like, remember we have the X-Men and the Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
Like I don't like right now, why do it? Just do what you're doing.
You
Just
don't need it.
And
Just
let people wash that bad Fox stuff out of your mouth.
Yeah. That would be really cool though. Because I could see them doing just like what they did with the Captain America shield. Like it's not actually Captain America.
Oh yeah.
Them just maybe the Fantastic car the cover falls off of it or something. Like it's all dusty and there's a cover on it. Or the Baxter Building logo
or just
something.
go, have a rocket ship shoot up to space.
Yeah. Yeah, just something to give you a hint.
Oh, it's that Reed Richards again. Then you can come back to him in 2 years. It doesn't matter.
Right.
Yeah. Set it up that they went to space and got their powers.
That'd be pretty cool, man. Oh my God. That'd be really cool.
Can't wait.
I would love to see I didn't dislike the originals that much.
Oh, they're not on par with what they're doing now.
No, of course not. But when they came out, they weren't that bad.
No, they were fine for the time.
They weren't that bad.
Fantastic Four 1, I was okay with.
Yeah, and I really liked what they did with the Silver Surfer parts. I didn't like what they did with the Galactus
up
stuff.
until that, I was...
But the Silver Surfer looked great in that movie. Lawrence Fishburne's voice was perfect for that CGI
Dr. Doom stealing his powers. It made sense.
Yeah, it was cool. I can't wait to see Marvel get their hands on that, though. And with today's technology and stuff, that'd be so cool. Is that all you got, Joe?
That's all I got.
All right. That's going to lead us into Wasting Time. You want to give Tony a lead in?
Take it away, Tony. Pew, pew.
Now it's time for everyone's favorite segment. How are you wasting time? Or how are you pissing off your wife?
All right. Who wants to start wasting time? What you do this week, gentlemen?
Oh, I wasted plenty of time.
All right. What you got?
I
Researching
rescheduled
Little Sons.
my week twice. One for somebody's hockey game and one for someone's family emergency.
Yeah, it was a bad week. It was a bad week. That's why this one came out a little late.
You jerks.
I had my hockey team got into the championship.
Did you win?
We lost the first game. We'll drop the first game. That's all right. That means we get an extra one. Get to play an extra game. It's all
You don't play it all on the same night?
No. Are you crazy?
What if you won?
If we won, we'd play this. Game 2 is a week. They're a week apart. You can't play two hockey games in a row.
Have you never played sports before? Seen sports?
Everything was all on the same day.
The Mets never play Mets are bad example for a playoff team.
All the World Series games in one night.
We won. No, play another. We're hot tonight.
No, that would kill me, especially starting at 10 o'clock at night. Not done till midnight in the first game.
Are we splitting these?
Yeah.
Okay. So I did something interesting this week.
Okay.
I found the speakeasy.
Wait, didn't you find a speakeasy once before?
No, that was Burlesque Club.
Ah, there's a difference?
Yeah.
So what's this? I thought a speakeasy is just a bar.
Speakeasy is just a bar.
Oh.
But
it's like a Burlesque Club. No boobies with tassels.
Right. No.
No tassels or no boobies?
There's no boobies.
Yeah, no
tassels.
boobies at all. Yeah.
No, there's nothing. That's Burlesque.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's the
I
difference.
thought you said speakeasy.
Yeah, between a speakeasy and a
burlesque
show.
has boobies with
Yes.
tassels.
I said it's like that, but without the boobies and the tassels.
Correct.
Yeah, okay.
But the speakeasy, you know what it was in?
The Old West.
What?
Weren't speakeasies in the Old West?
No, I think he's saying how you got into it.
How?
It was in a Five Guys.
I'm so confused.
So I went out.
Do you know what a speakeasy is?
It's a bar, isn't it? A
Yeah.
bar?
It's a hidden bar.
Oh, I didn't know that.
The speakeasies came out in the,
Now you know.
in the
There you go. This should have been in the news.
in Prohibition era.
Okay.
You'd have to. I think it was because you had to speak quietly because they didn't want people to know you were in a bar drinking.
All right.
So they were like in the back of laundromats and it was like a hidden bar. And it was.
okay.
I don't know if that was because of the password they call it a speakeasy or because you had to be quiet. I think it's because you had to speak easy in the place.
So I went out after work to go meet up with Sergio for drinks. We're like, let's go get dinner. So we go to Five Guys. We're sitting there. We're ordering our food.
Sergio went to the bathroom, never came back?
No.
We came back 2 hours later drunk. Where did you go?
Very quiet.
Joe, you got to check out the bathroom. It's amazing.
There's just droves of people walking into the Five Guys, walking right past the counter.
Wow.
And just disappearing somewhere in the back. So I'm like, what is going on? So we get up, we go to the back after we eat, and we ask the guy, like, hey, what's going on? He's like, oh, there's a party upstairs. Do you want to go? And we're like, yeah, sure. So right behind, like, where, like...
That's how murders happen.
Yeah,
like,
sure.
Like, imagine at your restaurant...
Hey,
like,
little guy, there's a party going on. You want to see? Yes, I do.
yeah. Well, I was like, why not?
I can think of about 12 reasons.
Only live once. So I went up, and it was a speakeasy. Just a wall, like wall-to-wall of every alcohol you could think of. Everything was mixed drinks. Delicious. It was fun. It was way too small for the amount of people that were there. But who would have guessed to like go to Five Guys and find a bar hidden in some like upstairs
Were you just
attic?
screaming, "You'll never catch me, beer baron"?
So, if you want to go and
Which is it? Like, is it a secret Five Guys or does it move? Or
no, it's the storefront's Five Guys. It's always there, but the speakeasy's like on the second floor.
Huh.
So then I googled like speakeasy in New York City, and there's tons of them.
Yeah, it's
There's
kinda...
one in an ice cream shop. There's one in a hot dog shop. There's one like in a billiards.
So I have a question. When you leave the bar at 3 o'clock in the morning, Five Guys isn't open anymore.
No.
How do you get out of this?
You walk through a closed Five Guys?
They have another like side entrance. That's
Oh. I was gonna say the Five Guys cannot be.
Well, that was funny because like
3 of the 5 guys are not happy
right.
about that.
When we were up there, the guys who served our food, I guess their shift ended, and then they were upstairs drinking. But they're like, bring the Five Guys if you want to go up there and eat. And we're like, no, we'll just eat and then go and have a drink.
What's the benefit of going to a speakeasy over a bar nowadays? Nothing?
Nothing.
A themed experience.
Yeah.
Okay.
Something hipsters do.
Yeah.
I was in Five Guys eating a burger, and I was like, where's everybody going?
Mm-hmm.
Why not?
All right.
Figure it out. It was fun. It was interesting.
Cool.
I don't see the big deal about it.
Right.
It was way too crowded, way too pricey for me to get a drink.
Yeah, see, those are all two of the things I don't want in a bar anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want crowded,
No.
and I don't want pricey.
The drinks were great. They were good, but it was just... I could have got something equivalent for a lot cheaper.
Yeah, but it's not like liquor drinks are kind of liquor drinks.
Yeah.
You know? It's not like they've invented a new kind of liquor.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I like rum and Coke. Oh, their rum is so much more tasty. Like, it's rum and Coke.
Yeah.
You know?
I watched that show you wanted me to watch.
You watch Big Mouth?
I watched Big Mouth.
Yes. And tell me it's great.
It's fucked up.
It's fucking great. It's fucking great. Say it. Say it. Say it.
It's all right.
It's fucking great. It's like Brockmire as a cartoon.
I gotta build up to it. It's two guys from the league, Rafi and Tim Kroll.
See, now I don't have to talk about this and wasting time.
Is that
That's
it?
great.
Yeah, Tim Kroll. Nick Kroll.
Nick Kroll.
You got those two guys. You got the kid from Key and Peele, the Peele kid.
Right.
You got Maya Rudolph.
The Peele kid.
You got Maya Rudolph from Saturday Night Live. You got Fred Armisen. It's a big cast.
Yeah.
It's a funny cast. And it's about these friggin' like 8th graders hitting puberty. It's a cartoon of them hitting puberty. And all the shit they have to go through while they hit puberty. And there's a hormone monster who is my favorite fucking character in the whole friggin' cartoon. And it's just, dude, it's over the top filth. It's exactly what you were when you were friggin' 12 years old. It's everything you thought when you were 12 years old.
So the first episode is the two best friends have a sleepover, and the one kid sees the other kid's dick.
And he gets all like...
freaks out about it.
Yeah.
So then every time he sees somebody, he envisions them as a penis. For a cartoon, you don't expect...
to see penises?
Everybody's drawn as a giant dick.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right? And then the other kid has just started puberty.
Mm-hmm.
So he's into
all he does is masturbation. All he does is masturbate. And the hormone monster makes him masturbate. So he's like lying in bed. He'll be watching her. He'll see like a picture of like a lady, and he'll just get an erection.
You know the clock that has the cat with the eyes and the tail?
Yeah.
He masturbates to that. 'Cause it's grandma's clock.
No, he pictures like his teacher as the clock. Or something like that. But the hormone monster comes up. He always sneaks up behind him and says, "Hey man, what you doing? I think you should rub one out." Did you watch the second episode? Second episode is when the girl gets her period for the first time?
Yes, I did.
How funny was that episode? She goes on a school trip to the Statue of Liberty, and her mom makes her wear white shorts. Right? But she doesn't know she's getting her period. But she gets her period for the first time at the Statue of Liberty, and it's all about how she gets out of this situation. And then guess who gets a hormone monster from that episode? The little girl, because she hit puberty that day. So she gets her own hormone monster. It's amazing. You have to watch it. Big Mouth on Netflix. There's 8 or 10 episodes. I'm on number 4. You got to watch it.
If you like The League, you would like this show.
If you like The League, if you like Brockmire, if you like anything that's...
If you like Archer.
Yeah. It's right up everyone's alley. And you were all such dicks to me.
You
It's my
cannot...
favorite thing to do.
Yeah, I know.
You cannot watch it with your kids around.
No, you definitely do not watch it.
Yeah.
Nicole loves it. Nicole's like, "Can we watch another episode?" I'm like, "Absolutely. Absolutely."
The first one caught me off guard with the drawn penises.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like, I was doing something else, and I'm like, what the fuck is on TV?
Yeah.
Like, what did he make me watch?
I told you.
And then I got to the second episode, and I was like, all right, it's not all about this.
Right. It's kind of all about that. But that's all right.
The kid jizzes in his pants so much that he goes to clean it in the toilet bowl.
He's at an eighth. You got to preface it with something. He's at the eighth grade dance, and he's dancing with a girl for the first time, and he gets an erection as he's dancing with her. And the hormone monster comes and makes him rub up against her, and he jizzes in his pants. So now he goes to the bathroom, and then what were you going to say about that?
He washes his pants in the toilet bowl. And then he can't get them dry because he's like, what did I do?
It's very funny. You got to watch it.
Mike's not hooked on it.
Big mouth. How'd you waste time, Mike?
Not that way. No, I watched, and it's an old comedy special, but I had talked about him before. Mike Birbiglia.
Mm-hmm.
He did a Netflix special, and it was Thank God for Jokes.
Okay.
And it was I said it was like his tribute to jokes and joke writing and structure of jokes. It popped up in my feed, and I don't know if they just added it to Netflix. Maybe that's why it popped up. But it was an older special of his called My Girlfriend's Boyfriend.
Okay.
And it was all about, it's basically he tells one story for an hour. And it's his story of how he's with his current girlfriend. But he keeps flashing back to like parts of his love life as he grew up, like first dance, first time he kissed a girl, first time, like, it is so well done. Like, it's not hysterical, but to watch one person take you from one point to another in what is essentially just one long story. Like, every now and then a comedian will have a set of jokes, and then they have to make this awkward transition into another set of jokes, you know?
Yeah.
This is not that. This is one, like, he's just sitting telling you a story the whole time. And it's pretty funny, but, like, I really enjoyed, like, the awkwardness of going through all that stuff, like the first time you kiss a girl, or he hadn't kissed a girl, and when he was telling all his friends he had, when he finally kissed a girl, then he wanted to be excited, but he couldn't be,
right?
Because he had to play it off. Like, I've been kissing girls for years, and they're like, why did she say you were so bad at it then? He's like, I couldn't tell them, it was my first time. It's really, really well done. And again, I don't know if he's a brilliant comedian. It's just a really interesting way to structure a special, telling one joke basically the entire show.
That takes a lot of craftsmanship and
it did.
skill.
It's clearly something he worked on for a long time. It's not just bit.
Right.
It's this one really well tied together story. I was really impressed watching it.
It's on Netflix?
It is. And I don't know if it's it's definitely older. I think it was 2009. But I think it might have just got signed to Netflix and popped up in my thing.
Gotcha.
And then I watched Aftermath.
What's that?
Which is the Schwarzenegger movie.
Didn't you mention this already?
When it was coming out. It was like maybe a year ago.
You were telling me the trailer.
Yeah, it was Schwarzenegger doing like a real dramatic turn.
Okay.
And this is not a spoiler.
Oh wait, this isn't the one with the guys from SNL.
No. That was Getting Gunther or whatever.
Oh, that's right, Getting Gunther.
No, this is really, really dramatic.
We were way off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not way off.
No, this one he's like he's like an immigrant construction worker who the movie opens with him going to pick up his wife and kids who are flying in to meet him in America. And this is based on a true story. Their plane gets hit by a cargo plane.
Oh, jeez.
Because of the air traffic controller, like, I guess was a bit negligent.
And he finds a pilot, right?
And, well, the whole story is about how it affects Arnold, who lost his wife and kids, or his wife and his kid was pregnant. And then how it affects the air traffic controller. Like, you just watch how the two different people respond to this horrific incident. I wish I could say it was good. The story, like, could have been brilliant, but the actors can't pull it off. Arnold is not good enough to pull this off.
Should have just told his family, get to the chopper.
Like, this should have hung on really good acting, and it didn't. Like, there were lots of scenes where, like, they were just on him for 2 minutes, and he's trying to express, like, anguish or pain or, like, being manic, because he's so depressed, and he just can't pull it off.
Yeah.
And it's a shame, because, like, it's based on a true story, and the story was really riveting, but it's too long, it's too clunky. I didn't see the end coming, but I wouldn't recommend it. Like, I was really sad. It could have been with two better quality actors, Arnold and whoever the guy played the pilot was. Neither one was really able to carry it. I thought like some of the other characters, like the pilot's wife, was very good, but the two leads were just not strong enough to carry the movie.
That's a shame.
It was clearly Arnold trying to get like an Oscar nod, like I'm going to do something real serious. Like there's no jokes, no nothing. Like it's really somber, really sad. But no, it's not good, unfortunately. I thought it'd be great. It popped up on my Prime, and I'm like, I'll watch this. Arnold doing something serious. That's 3 big misses in a row.
For Arnold?
Yeah, that Gunther movie, this one, and then the one where his daughter's the zombie. Did you watch that one? That one came out about a year ago.
I've never even heard of
There's
any
a
of
zombie plague, and his daughter becomes a zombie. And instead of, like, he protects her.
Yeah.
So he takes her as a zombie and, like, has to protect her from all the people that are trying to kill the zombies.
Never heard of this.
Oh, what, that one's called Maggie or something?
Jeez, where do you get these movies from?
They all go out and go in and out of the theaters so quick.
Wow.
Yeah. Huh. He just can't, he can't find his footing anymore.
Yeah.
Because he can't do the action stuff, you know?
Okay, well, I got two stories. One story is, I might have a Todd Nauck on my wall that I didn't know I had.
What?
Exactly. So, the other day, or a couple weeks ago, you had bought me a couple of blank comic book covers.
Right.
And then you told me, I got a challenge for you, I want you to do profiles.
Right.
Right? So you bought me a whole bunch, or you bought me an Avengers blank cover.
Uh-huh.
So I was like, oh, if I'm going to do an Avengers cover, I'll do Captain America. Right? So I can't draw from memory yet. I need a visual reference. So I go online and I type in Captain America drawing, Captain America profile drawing, or whatever. And what pops up but a Todd Nauck drawing, right?
Right.
That he would do on his channel. And I'm like, wow, this drawing looks really, really familiar. Why does this look so familiar? It's a beautiful drawing. Captain America giving the salute, holding the shield, giving the salute. And I look on my wall and I'm like, that's the same picture. Now, I don't want to name names. I'm not going to name any names because I don't want anybody to be insulted. But a long time, you can try to put it together if you want. If you're a listener, you'll figure it out pretty quick. A while back, we went to a con. We met somebody that did really good artwork. And I bought this picture from a guy at a con on an 11 by 17 piece of artboard. Bristol board. And the person never admitted to drawing it. He said, these are my inks. So I don't think he was trying to pass the drawing off as his own.
Uh-huh.
Maybe because then I started looking at them like with a magnifying glass. I was like, I had my phone up to the picture and I'm looking at the picture, and there are lots of differences.
Right.
The inks that Todd Nauck put on the drawing are not the same lines or the weights or the accents that the person I bought it from put on. But the drawing is exactly the same. So I don't know if this guy who I bought it from projected the picture onto paper and then traced it and then inked it, or if he hand drew it himself from looking at Todd Nauck's drawing. But it's absolutely a Todd Nauck. It's 100% a Todd Nauck drawing.
Knock off.
Oh, give him ribs. You're very good, Mike. That was really good, very clever. But you see what I'm saying? Yeah. And I know it's not a print because if you look at it real close, there are imperfections in the ink. The lines aren't connecting.
Right.
It's definitely not a reprint of the same picture over and over again. So it's not like he just took Todd Nauck's picture, made it black and white, and printed it out or anything like that.
Right.
He definitely inked it on his own, but he didn't sign it. I bought 4 things from this guy, and this is the only one he didn't put his signature on. So I'm wondering if that has anything to do with it. Now I'm looking at the other 4 pictures, and I'm like, I wonder if I can find these online from other artists.
Oh man.
Because I know the other ones aren't Todd Nauck's, because Todd Nauck has that very.
Well, I mean, essentially, what an inker is just somebody that
takes someone's pencils and puts the inks over it. Yeah, absolutely. And that doesn't bother me that I bought his inks, because he says these are original inks. He said it 3 or 4 times. Like, he was trying to tell us, like, I didn't draw these, but these are my inks.
Right.
Kind of thing. And that's fine, because they were way cheaper than. So, dude, I have an 11 by 17 drawing from Todd Nauck, kind of in my house.
Todd Nauck-ish.
Todd Nauck-ish. So I thought that was funny. Thought that was pretty interesting.
I wonder if Todd Nauck will find it as funny.
I wonder. I was thinking about, like, I don't want to blow up anybody's spot, right? That's not worth it. Why would I do that? That's something some hipster would do nowadays. I'm not going to blow up somebody's spot.
I did that the other day.
You blew up somebody? What'd you do?
So this artist that I follow on Instagram.
Name names.
No, I can't remember his name. He didn't do anything wrong. So he has a Ric Flair, but he's got the Infinity Gauntlet, right?
Oh, that's really cool.
So I was on Facebook the other day, and someone was selling this as a shirt. It's like, oh, he's got a shirt.
Oh, apparently that's pretty.
Yeah. Right.
Do you remember the guy who yelled at us about the hoodies?
Right.
Yeah.
So I learned my lesson. So I saw it, and I've been trying to buy this print from this guy.
Oh, you're way better than me. You actually cared?
Yeah. So we had talked on like our Instagram, and I messaged him like, look, here's a link to this shirt page. I don't know if you're aware of this. Someone's taking your art and selling it on a shirt.
Yeah.
He's like, yes, I'm aware. I've been trying to get it taken down.
Oh, wow.
Thank you for, telling me this and that. And I was like, great. So like 2 days ago, I see him going, this is my shirt with my print, and it's a better quality than what you're going to get because that's just lifted off of, a digital copy.
Yeah.
Like you get a better...
He copied and saved.
It's not the original.
Right.
Yeah.
Look to it when you make it from
because
the
a
original.
copy. Yeah, yeah.
So it's like, oh, great. Like, I'm glad you're making money off of something that someone else is buying anyway. But it's still, like, all over, like, Facebook. It's all over the internet. It, like, pops up on my feeds. And you just think about stuff like that. Like, this guy worked so hard to make this.
I just don't know how, as a consumer, you're supposed to know.
You're not. But, like Steve said, if you've come across this art...
Like, should I tell Todd Nauck?
No, but my question is, like, how much are you... We're probably not required anything by law, but how much, as being a good person, you see a really cool T-shirt, are you required to be like, do I have to look in to see if this guy actually drew this?
I'm not going to look into something if I don't already... If I already know what it is. Like, if you make something and I know you've made this and I see someone else mimicking it, I'm going to tell you, hey, Mike, someone's making...
Yeah, but like, if I was like, I want a Star-Lord shirt, right?
Right.
And I'm sure thousands would come up.
Absolutely. Who knows who has the rights?
That's what I mean.
Right.
Yeah.
But if you know that this is someone else's and they're not selling it...
Oh, yeah.
page,
If you know, that's a different story. Yeah,
like, this is a small artist who's, does small cons. Like, I want to see this guy not get ripped off. I'm sure, like...
So you think I should not tell Todd Nauck? Which I was not planning on telling Todd Nauck.
I don't know. It's a tough one.
Because then what if Todd Nauck's like, give me that picture? I don't want. I paid $40 for that picture. Like, Todd Nauck's probably making decent money.
Yeah.
He's currently working. Like, the person I bought it from, I think is at the end of his career. He probably just needs some money to get, to get him through. You know what I mean? I don't think I don't.
It's a black and white?
It's a black and white.
So now, but if you colored it,
yeah,
could you sell it as your colors?
I guess.
Yeah, but like, that'd be really shitty. Yeah. You know what I mean? If you were like, Captain America, my colors, these are my colors.
Right.
But like, if he was an artist selling original art, like, I drew this.
But he didn't say he drew it.
Right, but then it's a different story. Maybe he can get away with it because there's a loophole. And
yeah.
I assume if he had permission, he would have said, this is a Todd Nauck drawing that I inked.
Right.
Because now, like... There were a couple of pictures, and I was really drawn to that Captain. The Captain America, I almost looked through 200 photos.
I mean, there was some pieces of art in there that I knew that it wasn't his drawing.
Because they were from comic book
But if you're an inker, I would imagine you're going to have work that's not your drawing. That you're
no, most of them.
But like, if you draw something like, here, Joe, put ink on it,
right?
It's your drawing, and I'm putting the ink.
But wouldn't you say, like, hey, this is a Jim Lee that I inked, based on Jim Lee pencils? Or this is, based on Greg Capullo pencils that I inked them.
Right. Because then I bought a Spider-Man from this gentleman also. And I was like, my favorite Spider-Man art is like John Romita senior art. Like, that's my favorite. And I'm looking through, I'm like, oh, this is it. This is so Romita. It's like, it's incredible. He's like, yeah, it's what that's what it's inspired from. And I'm wondering, like, now I'm like, should I go back through like John Romita art and see if I can find this? And I really don't care. I really don't care. But what do you guys think out there in podcast land? Should
I say tell Todd Nauck? Maybe he'll become your bestie.
Yeah? You think Todd Nauck best friends tattletales? I liked myself a good tattletale.
What's the worst that's going to happen? It's not like he's going to ask for it back.
He might ask for the guy's name.
Be like, I don't remember. Just some guy at a con.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess. I don't want to get the guy in trouble. He was such a sweetheart. He was a nice guy. He really was. I'm not
nice thief.
I'm not going to tell on him. Maybe I can email the guy.
Jean Valjean.
What if I email the guy and I'm like, listen, I found out this is a Todd Nauck. What do we cut this shit out, buddy.
And then CC Todd Nauck.
Yeah.
I got your back, Todd.
And then CC Marie for that extra muscle.
Just no BCC, blind carbon copy.
Yeah. Well, those of you on Twitter and on Facebook, tell us what you think. Should I tell Todd Nauck?
Send them all a box of cookies.
Should I sell this guy out? Should I make
one free murder to see which one sorts it out first?
Should I give Marie a job? What should I do? My second thing that I wasted time on was I watched Krypton.
I was going to say, staring at a drawing with your cell phone in your hand wasn't wasting time enough.
He's got a monocle.
I watched the first 2 episodes of Krypton, and I really like it.
It was all right.
You watched it?
I watched it first one, the pilot.
The second one makes it a little bit better.
Yeah.
I liked it a little bit. I love the fact that they're putting Brainiac into it. Mm-hmm. There's no spoilers. You find out within like the first couple of minutes that Brainiac's part of it. I'm a little confused with the time travel thing. So that's how they're getting Superman involved. They're doing time travel with Adam Strange, who's coming from the future back to Superman's great-grandfather and saying that someone is trying to stop your grandson from being born.
Someone's trying to knock off your grandson.
Yeah. And that person is Brainiac.
Right.
But then it says that the grandfather knew that Brainiac was coming, so I don't understand the need for the time travel. That's the only thing that I have an issue with. If the grandfather was put to death because he found out that there was something else out there that was destroying worlds. So the great-grandfather, the great-great-great-grandfather knew the Brainiac was there. So what's the need for Adam Strange to come back and say, I came back from the future and Brainiac's
Because
coming?
maybe it's not their Brainiac.
I don't know.
No, Brainiac, right, was created as a computer from Krypton originally.
Okay.
Who becomes sentient.
Oh, you think it's future Brainiac?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
That he thinks is past Brainiac.
Because...
Maybe future Brainiac replaces past Brainiac.
Okay, because the great-great-great-great-grandfather...
You know what I'm basing this on? Nothing.
Back to the Future.
I haven't seen it.
No, but you could be right, because the great-great-great-great-grandfather of Superman creates the supercomputer.
Brainiac.
That can find stuff, and that computer finds something in the universe that's destroying worlds.
Oh, maybe Brainiac from the future is what makes Brainiac in the past.
Ooh.
It's like one of them loops.
You made Krypton even more likable for me just now.
Yeah, see, I should write a show.
No, but like I'm gonna stick with this show.
Shows with Joe.
The girl shows with Joe. The girl that he's like supposed to marry.
Yes.
So, what's his name? Vex? Or is that the house? The names are really weird. The names are strange. They're not just, Steve, Joe, and Mike.
They try to make it like a Game of Thrones where you have houses and all that stuff.
Yeah, and there's a house Vex, I think. And the kid, Superman's great-grandfather gets kind of put into this house because he loses his rank or whatever. But the girl that he's supposed to marry, Madon. Jesus, she's good looking.
The soldier?
No, the friggin' platinum-haired girl.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Oof. Yeah, I'd marry into that house. Whatever you want, take it. But yeah, I like it. Give me I like the show. I'm gonna give it another shot.
Episode 2 another shot.
The episode's too good. They give you more Brainiac. They give you a little bit more Brainiac.
Okay.
He looks good. He looks rendered really, really well. The CGI on him looks good. It's just a big green head with like snakes all over it. It's pretty cool. Not snakes, but like tubes and stuff. All right, Mike. Did you waste any more time?
Do you know what I did waste time doing?
What did you do?
I watched Ready Player One.
Ooh, a good segue into our main topic. There you go. And what you think?
I didn't like it. I didn't hate it. It is.
She said that about Jumanji too.
Okay.
It's definitely better than Jumanji. It's perfectly serviceable.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't think it's... I think it needed a couple rewrites, I think.
Yep.
And I'm going to be honest with you, I think it could have used a younger director. One who knows a little bit more about, like, the video gaming world.
I think that was the problem with the movie, was you had the book, which was for a certain generation.
Yes.
And they're like, we can't put this out because people are going to go see this movie. They're not going to know anything about anything that we're putting in here.
Yes, and
or it's like we talked about earlier. It's not going to work because how do you make Joust look entertaining in a movie? You don't want to watch some kid playing a video game in a video game.
Okay, so before we start this discussion, we're going to spoil the hell out of this movie.
Spoilers galore.
Right.
Let's first put it on our scale. Okay? Each individual person here put on the scale.
Transformers
to John Wick, with Justice League being number 5 in the middle.
I'll go Justice League.
Okay.
Dead center.
I was going to give it like a 6.5.
Okay, this is my number 9 on that list.
Really?
Wow. Loved this movie. Now here's why I liked it and you guys didn't, because I didn't read the book.
That's not true.
You don't need it.
That's not true. There's still stuff I didn't like.
Go ahead, you first.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
So I can beat it to death on you.
That's fine. I thought first of all...
No, you're wrong.
I thought the story was great. It was a good story.
I like the story.
And it's still the essential framework from the movie.
Uh-huh. It had a tight plot. I didn't
From
really
the book, the movie.
I didn't really find a lot of plot holes that I could pick from.
The plot for the movie makes sense for the movie.
Right. Now, given I haven't seen
It's very abridged.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. I'm
Yeah.
100% on board.
I thought the acting for most people were good. I didn't like the bad guy's lisp, but I got over it.
That's because of his teeth.
Yeah, whatever. I got over that.
He wore fake teeth for some reason.
Okay.
That's
Did he?
Ben Mendelsohn from the guy who was in Star Wars.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, it was.
Really?
Who was in Rogue One.
Yeah, yeah.
The bad guy from Rogue One,
Sure,
same
yeah.
guy. He
Oh,
wore
yeah.
like big fake teeth. I don't know why.
I liked the soundtrack.
Oh, see, that disappointed me so much.
I thought this was very Spielberg. I felt like I was watching a call back to the Future.
Yes, no, it definitely had a very Spielberg 90s score.
But it should have had a score of
from
80s music.
I agree 100%.
I don't believe
The
that was
trailer
necessary.
had an orchestral version of Take On Me in it.
This had Take On Me in it, didn't it?
Right, but that's the way they did the trailer. It had an real orchestral version of
So,
Take.
like, when you go at the end of the movie, you're in what's-his-name's old room.
Right.
And on the wall of all these bands.
Yeah.
Like, the whole book is callbacks to songs from
Yep.
the 80s.
Yeah.
And, like, you could have easily made...
Yes.
I did not feel
You
I
could
was-
have made a Guardians of the
You
Galaxy
could have.
soundtrack.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I'm like, this would be. This
But I'm
would fit
glad they didn't
perfectly.
do that because I'm glad they didn't just become another Guardian. Everyone's trying to be Guardians.
But this is
the movie
before
to do it.
Guardians.
This is the movie to do it.
yeah.
This is that's what I was
And
thinking.
like every time they were in a car or something, like they could have played a soundtrack. Like
I think they did though. Like I thought I got enough of that.
I did. Name the songs that were in the movie.
I'm not good with naming songs, but there was Jump right at the beginning. There was definitely a Ramon song I want to say here and there. I thought I did not feel I got cheated out of
Like
a good
it definitely has a good soundtrack, but like a score more than a soundtrack.
Yeah,
It has a
okay.
good score,
Right.
but the soundtrack's
I
almost
thought-
non-existent. Like Guardians, that's
I think if
it's
you
a
watch
character.
it again, I think if you watch it again, you'll be surprised. You know what was like my favorite part of the movie that had nothing to do with the story or anything like that? The way that they used the sound effects for Back to the Future.
yes.
There's little jingles. Like whenever Marty and Doc came up with an idea,
It was the Zemeckis cube.
yeah. Well, no, they did it a couple of times when they were in the guy's bedroom at the end and they stumbled upon the Easter egg and all that stuff. There's these little like these little things, and you're like that. And I look at Nicole, I'm like, that's from Back to the Future. That's one of the sound effects from Back to the Future. She's like, really? I was like, that is so fucking cool.
Yeah.
I love the fact that they did that. I thought there wasn't any cheesiness. There was like one little cheesy line.
Oh, there was a lot of cheesiness.
I didn't get that much cheese, and I cringe from cheese, and I don't like cheese.
Okay, so the first time when they're in H's shop for the first time, right, and he meets, what's her name? The girl. Artemis, right?
Artemis, yeah.
And they're just doing that, like, showing how much knowledge they demonstrate. Mm-hmm. Like, it was just an excuse to rattle off pop culture nonsense.
But that's from the book.
I know, but that's the worst part of that book. The worst part of that book is just a list of pop culture bullshit.
I thought that's how teenagers.
But that's how you differentiated who were the real fans.
I know. But
I was okay
like,
with that.
The biggest weakness of Ready Player One, the book even, is that in 2045, right, kids would be a fan of games that came out 70 years earlier. Like, it's a tough stretch. We don't even like games that came out 30 years ago.
They're not fans of games that came out.
They're
70 years
giant
ago.
fans of them.
They're not.
Yes, they are.
And maybe in the movie they're not. They're fans of the Oasis, and they want to beat the Oasis, so they have to research old games.
And that's in. They don't do a good job. What's your favorite game? GoldenEye.
No, that was what was his favorite game.
Yeah.
They asked what was his favorite.
And then
game.
like he's dressing up. My favorite movie is Buckaroo Banzai. He says like that movie would be 60 or 70 years old.
All right, so I like The Odd Couple. I wasn't born when The Odd Couple came out, and MASH.
Like that's the problem with that. The jumps are, like it does the jump of that of being that kind of pop culture aficionado from that long ago doesn't make a ton of sense.
But I think I agree with Steve. It's not that you're.
No, he was a big fan of it. I get it.
Yeah,
but that's the only reason they know it.
Yeah,
they wouldn't have known it.
Not out in the book.
I'm not. I didn't read the book.
No, those kids are like cult fans of that stuff.
But because
remember they have their like internet clubhouse where all they do is study 80s pop culture.
But that's because that's what he liked, and they needed to learn what he was into.
I just like that's always been the toughest part for that for me is that it like you're not into anything at 70 years old.
Right.
No one is.
The one cheesy part,
or you're into one thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one cheesy part for me that I was like, I wish that line wasn't in there, but it didn't really matter in the end, is when he's giving the speech to everybody at the end, and he's like, I found love. And I was like, did you have to go say you found love? But whatever. That was the one cheesy line that I didn't like. There was no forced dirty humor, because that's all over movies now.
That's not Spielberg.
No,
he
but that's
wouldn't do that.
But that's all over the movies.
That's not
now.
in the books either.
No.
But that's in Transformers. That's in everything.
They make
Michael
mention
Bay
of
sucks.
the like the bodysuit and how it's you could feel
the haptic
things.
suits. Yeah.
I thought the fact that you were mostly in the video game was a good idea.
Right.
Because who wants to see a kid sitting in his room, button smashing or
No, but that's
looking
the way
into
the book's
Yeah.
structured that way.
But I heard some people were like, I'm just watching a video game the whole
Because
time. And I'm like, yeah, of course. That's the most exciting part.
So one of the big differences I thought was in the book, like when you're in the Oasis, it doesn't look cartoony.
Right.
They portray it as it looks very, very real.
Yeah.
Right.
Like if you walk up to someone who looks like Han Solo, they're not like a cartoon version of Han Solo, a
Yeah.
video game version. It looks like Han Solo.
It's like the movies in between the games that we play now. Like when you're playing a video game and then there's like a little movie
that's
part.
the way it looks
Yeah.
in this.
Yeah.
But in the book, like it was almost indistinguishable from the real
okay.
world.
Okay, I
like
gotcha.
the VR is so good 70 years in the
Yeah,
future.
yeah.
Like when you're on Hoth, it looks
Right.
like you're in. It's not like you're in a cartoon version of
Sure,
Hoth.
sure.
And this had a very cartoon
It's
feel.
almost like Total Recall.
Yes.
Where you're on Mars.
Yes. The world in this had a very rendered feel.
Yeah.
Where 70
Yeah.
years from now you wouldn't have that. It
I
didn't have in the
gotcha.
book. Like in the book, they looked like you didn't look like a Japanese anime character.
Right.
You looked like
Right.
a person.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I get you.
With distorted, heroic features.
Right.
But yeah. That's the first thing I wrote. I wrote it's too cartoony and it's way less realistic than I thought they portrayed it in the book.
I thought was the guy supposed to be Skeletor?
No.
Irock? I love that his
Irock.
name is Irock, by the way.
His entire character was changed.
Yes.
His entire character, Irock, was changed.
So, Mike, you had written some stuff down here. What you want to go through? What you wrote down?
So, I wrote big differences. The kid Dido,
Yeah.
like one of the two Asian kids,
Yeah.
he dies in the book,
Okay.
and that's what kind of spurs them off. Because, see, in the book, they make a point of saying how like these kids are not. They're really aloof, very like separate from everyone. They don't like to talk to each other about anything. And then as soon as they start to trust somebody, Irock betrays them.
Okay.
As soon as, like, he wasn't an assassin in that. He was like one of their friends who betrays them for money.
Gotcha.
And Irock was the kid who had all the money so he could buy
Whatever he wanted.
better stuff in the game.
Yeah,
Which,
yeah.
like, if you're a gamer now, a big thing people hate is like the people who pay to play.
Right.
To pay to get good as opposed to people who just sit there and grind.
Yeah, yeah.
And that was like, that whole subplot is lost because you can't tell that in the movie. Because, like, my mom would be like, what do you mean he pays to get better guns? Like,
Yeah.
that's lost on my mom.
Right.
I took my mom, my kids, and my wife and my brother, we all went to see it. I didn't like... I understood why they changed the quests.
Right.
So the movie's hung around... We didn't even talk about it, right?
Right, yeah.
The creator of this giant virtual reality world that everyone goes to because the real world sucks. So every day you put on your VR goggles, you go to the VR world. It's called Oasis. He creates this, becomes the richest man in the world, biggest company in the world. Everyone spends every day in this VR world. He dies, and he creates like a Willy Wonka style quest for people to find 3 keys that will unlock an Easter egg, and then they'll take over his shares in this company and become proprietors of the Oasis. And in the book, and in the movie, people are trying to do it, and then there is a giant company that wants to take control of the Oasis so they can monetize it.
Yeah,
like
they can
pay for
advertise
play,
and stuff,
advertising, they can microtransaction you to death, all that kind of stuff. So the biggest change to me was the 3 quests.
Yes.
They're not even close to the same.
See, I'm thinking you didn't like this movie because it wasn't like the book.
No. I loved the first quest in the book is he goes to school on a school planet.
Okay.
So you don't have to pay for schools,
Okay.
right? Like you have to pay for resources.
There are
right?
more
Yeah.
keys in the book too. I think there are 5, but that's
Every
beside the point.
key, like besides the key, then you have to do another quest to get the riddle for
Right.
the next key. Like there's way more involved. But like, so the governments decide to stop building schools in the future.
Mm-hmm.
They just build school planets,
Right.
where all the kids go every day, and you have to. That's where you have school. It's all virtual reality. And then he realized that Halliday hid the first clue on his the school planet, and it's a dungeon. And at the end, it's a Dungeons and Dragons style dungeon because that's very 80s. And at the end of that, he plays joust with like a Lich King, who's like an undead king, right? That's not in the book. In the movie, the movie's The Race. The Race is way better visually, way more exciting. If I watched it again, you'd probably see 30 little things in it. The problem I had with that is the way they solve that. It's like just go backwards. You know how many times I played Mario Kart and mashed the wrong button by accident and shot backwards or something? Like someone would have figured that out 5 years into playing like he said, this is the 5th year they're trying to solve this problem. Yeah. It was too easy a solution. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know?
Okay.
You know, your mom would have been like, I'll try this once and crash into the wall and solve the problem. Do you know what I mean? Like I didn't like. I loved the way it looked. Yeah. I thought it was visually amazing. Like with Kong and I liked it. This had much more 90s references than the book. The book was all hardcore 80s references. This is way more 90s stuff. Yeah. This is like an homage to pop culture.
Yeah.
Because you're trying to get the masses to come in and relate to everything.
And then like when he solved a dungeon or whatever in the book, didn't he go into a movie then and have to recite the dialogue from a movie word for word? So I think one of those was Monty Python's and one of them was War Games.
One of them was Ferris Bueller.
Yeah, and those are just gone out of the... Like, those are really cool. Like, having to go in and, like, can you recite... Can you be involved in... Like, you're Ferris Bueller. Now, can you do a whole scene from memory?
He did that at one point, though. Like it was a side thing. It wasn't... Yeah. It wasn't key to the plot or anything, but I think he did. That was probably a throwback to the book. Because there was one point where he spit out a couple of lines from a movie.
And my thing is with that first dungeon, right? The race is great. But in the book, it's a dungeon. Yeah. How cool would it have been? What's the best dungeon runner you've seen ever? It's Indiana Jones escaping the temple. Mm-hmm. Right? Like, that could have been the scene. Yeah. You're in the Indiana Jones temple. Then do whatever you want at the end. But, like, he could have been, I'm Indiana Jones. Yeah. And and then the boulder comes chasing after him or something. Like, you could have done, I don't know.
The DeLorean looked awesome.
Amazing.
It sounded like the DeLorean.
Now, didn't he have an X-Wing in the book?
Yeah, there's a whole scene where...
They travel through space.
Yeah, there's TIE fighters and all that stuff.
Yeah, because they have to travel from planet to planet. Like, I don't think they did a good job of telling you what the Oasis was.
I don't think they could get the rights for that, because he mentions the
No,
Millennium
he couldn't
Falcon.
get any Star Wars rights. But the Oasis in that is basically an entire universe. It's hundreds of planets in the book. There's planets of ice and planets of people just like the fish. There's fishing planet. Like, it's just all... Anything you want to do, there's a planet for it.
It's the scene where they're at the ballroom world.
Yeah, he flies to that.
They fly to that, and then when they get attacked, they all get in their ships, and he flies away in like whatever ship he's in, which is, I think it's from Battlestar Galactica.
I can't remember.
And then he's getting attacked by an invasion of TIE fighters.
Okay.
Which I thought was going to happen at that scene. It's like, here come the TIE fighters, and I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah, no rights.
This isn't going to happen. But I enjoyed the movie. I didn't have
I liked it
nearly as much that...
There's just like... Their romance, right?
Yeah.
Was way too quick.
Yeah, that builds.
In the book, they don't meet till the final chapter.
And she's like a big cult hero in the world.
Yes.
Well, she was in this too. She was a big...
Yeah, but again, like, she was a huge cult hero. Like, he was
but if
almost fanboying her the entire movie.
But he did that in the movie. Yeah, he didn't do that in the book?
Yeah, but, like, it's the entire book.
Right.
And he... is a big fat kid in the book and slowly gets in shape by playing the game so much. And he has to get a real job. Remember, he works for IOI in their customer service department.
They just
kind of switched that. Yeah. She and him basically switch roles.
Okay.
He works in their customer service, which is a bit like, it's not as like slavery as that, but he's stuck working in their kind of droning job just so he can get inside information about them.
I am so glad I didn't read the book.
You would like the book.
You would like the book.
No, I want to read the book now.
You like the book.
But I'm glad I saw the movie
There's Voltron
first.
in the book.
Yes.
That's cool.
The big robot at the end, the
Gundam?
The Gundam style is Voltron in the book.
What, the Mecha Godzilla?
No. He fights in Voltron.
Oh, that was... Gundam isn't that like original... Is that a... That was an original Transformers.
And aren't there tons of giant robots in the book?
Yes. So all of the heroes have giant robots.
Or their own giant robot.
And then Sorrento has his, which is Mechagodzilla, and he has his minions, and they have giant robots. And there's a big battle like that.
Yeah, and one's Voltron. I can't remember what the other ones are.
One might be Optimus Prime too.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah,
like when they scroll through like their like weapons and whatnot.
Yeah.
Like all of, like those robots show up on like a.
I thought that was cool. How they have to scroll, like hit select and scroll through their inventory.
Stuff, and like you can explain all that stuff a lot more.
I said to Mike, we feel like I live in a world where everything that's CGI is super detailed, and there's fodder CGI that's thrown into it. So
yes,
like the race. When you come up to the starting line, you see Batmobile, A-Team van,
whatever. Yeah, it's iconic cars.
Yeah,
a kit,
and then you have all these other like shitty like.
Was his DeLorean part kit?
Yes.
Part kit. Yeah.
Okay.
It had on the front had the light bar.
So I'm sorry.
Right. But then you have all like the other like
just random CGI
stuff.
cars.
Like give me if you're gonna throw these things in there, give me a scene like you see like the A-Team van driving for like 10 seconds doing something and then gets destroyed. Or the Batmobile like doing something.
What do you mean? I don't understand. During the race, the Batmobile got destroyed.
But that's like, and I get Joe's point. They throw so much at you so quickly.
Yeah.
Like you don't even know what you're looking at half the time.
Like I pointed it out to my dad, like there's the A-Team van. He was like, where? And before you turned away, it was gone.
Yeah, that's my daughter was like, that's Hello Kitty. Before I could find her on screen, it was gone. I'm like, what? Where?
The giant battle scene at the end.
Oh my god, so wasted.
Like me knowing the book, I'm trying to find this. What did they put in there? Just take a minute
and show me something. Like, show me the turtles for a minute.
Yeah.
Show me Chun-Li for 30 seconds. Like everything's 2 seconds, and you can't keep up with it. That's the way Michael Bay shoots action scenes. They're too fast to follow.
Wow, I did not find any
too
of
fast
this.
to follow.
No, it was definitely too fast to follow because I was like, I know,
like you have all these amazing characters.
Yeah.
Give me like you are just selling this movie on the fact that this is fanboy porn. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that.
See, I don't think it was.
The plot's not great. It's not. Even the book, like I like the book. The book's not great. The plot's not great in the book.
No, it's a typical plot. I mean, it's a normal plot.
And they ruin the Ogden Morrow part.
Yes.
Like Ogden Morrow, the partner.
Yeah.
Like, kind of takes them as like he's like their protector in the book.
Yeah.
Because when this organization starts killing people who are getting close,
right?
Like he steps in.
Yeah, but it was him.
Remember, they finished the game at his house.
Yes.
He buys them all the gear.
Am I mistaken? Doesn't he deactivate the orb in the book?
I can't remember. I think he might.
But he gives them the extra life that no one else had. So
but he gets the extra life in the book in a different way, which I'm cool with.
I hate to say it, but you guys are denying the fact that you didn't like this movie because you watched.
I wouldn't have liked. No. If I walked in, I wouldn't like it. The love story, how fast they smashed that love story.
Okay.
Really bothered me.
I agree with you.
It really bothered. I was like, oh come on, like.
Yeah, no, he fell for her way too fast.
Way too fast, and she fell for him.
But this is a world where you have no social interaction. So don't you think you fall in love infatuation?
No, and I think you're so afraid of falling in love with someone who's not who they say they are in that world.
Yeah.
Which they did a really good job in the book. And that's in the book. He finally meets H.
Okay.
And it's not a big hulking black guy. It's a little girl.
Yeah.
And then that really screws up his trust of people.
Okay.
And then he doesn't want to meet her because he doesn't want the same thing to happen.
Right.
Like some of those subplots are lost. And like he goes through a big character arc in the book from like a poor kid to he's really famous and becomes like shitty, and then he realizes, oh my god, I need my friends, and like some of that was lost.
I really enjoyed this.
I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it too.
I don't have the same problems Mike has. The book gives nods to a lot of pop culture stuff, which I thought the movie should have had more of. And when you did give it to me, you just kind of threw it in there.
Yep.
Like, I don't need you to throw shit in there just to be like, we have this in this movie.
I didn't feel that, though. I felt that everything was in there because that man was obsessed with it, and he made the game, and he made that game with all his love and his knowledge and the things that he grew up with.
But then why
But that's not what the world was. The world was a giant open world where anyone could build anything they wanted.
No, but in
his quests...
I'm just talking about the movie.
Right, no, but even in the thing, his quests were very his pop culture stuff. But like the snowboarding planet, like that's just because people like snowboarding. You know what I mean? Like they didn't do a good job of showing you the scope and breadth of what the Oasis could be. Like people worked and lived their entire life. Their jobs are in the Oasis. Yeah. Their school was in the Oasis.
It's a 2.5 hour movie. It felt long. If anything, if I could complain about anything, it was a little long.
My honest feeling is it probably shouldn't have been a movie. Probably should have been like a miniseries or a TV series.
Okay. All right. I could
because
see
you
that.
could take more time to tell the story.
Yeah.
Like you have all this great pop culture stuff that you just crush through.
Yeah.
I'm with Joe. Like they spend big chunks of time. Now I know it's a book, going over certain parts of the pop culture. You don't have any of that in there. They just crush through pop culture.
Yeah.
Like if you stop those fight scenes, I bet you there's hundreds of characters you'd recognize.
Right.
You can't even see them all.
Like Mike says, it's a Michael Bay feel of you have Optimus Prime, you have Bumblebee, and if you threw them in a battle with like 8 Decepticons, you can't tell who's a part.
Who's what?
I don't think you were supposed to concentrate on the main characters. You were supposed to concentrate on the Iron Robot.
But this
in
is
the
a
Lord of the Rings, there's giant fight scenes, and you still know what Aragon's doing. You still know.
Yeah, but
what
there's only
Gimli's
4
doing.
of them. You're not supposed to look at all the orcs and look at that
But,
orc and
but
that orc
those
and that orc.
fights are still like clearly defined. You can see stuff going on. It's not just massive humanity. Where you
But if
can't
this is a
tell
world where
one
you
thing from
can
the
be
other.
and do anything, and you're gonna take the time to pay homage to like these characters, why not give a little?
Yeah, that's listen. The reason anyone's there is to
More
see those
detail.
characters. You want to see the references. I would go back and again to see it just to find the references.
Yeah.
Like a part that I really got excited about was Pee Wee Herman's bike, which is leaning on the back in H's shop.
I didn't see that at all.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, that's Pee Wee's bike. And Monica's like, what? I'm like, look, it's right back there. It's just leaning on the wall.
That's
like,
cool.
that stuff's great.
Yeah, yeah.
But when you throw thousands of them at me once and don't give me a second to appreciate it, I'm like, oh, come on. You know, like, and when they called it out, like, you could climb whatever Mount Everest with Batman, and they
Yeah.
show it for a second. I'm like, all right, great. I don't have to see Batman again now. You did it. You know what I mean? Like, they take a time to point them out and let you enjoy it for a second.
But you got Harley Quinn like 4 times in that movie.
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah.
I saw her once in the club.
In the club, she was in the club. She was walking out with the Joker.
Yep.
When they walk in,
Yeah.
there's a scene where they're dancing. She's there as well.
Oh, so it's all in the club.
Yeah.
All right.
And I'm like you took the time to, because she's Harley
popular
Quinn.
right
But
now.
she's popular right now, yeah.
But like if you're gonna put a character or a franchise or whatever in the movie, just this is the movie to make them like all these other things relevant.
All right. I loved this movie.
I thought
so
it was
much.
good. Maybe I'm biased because of the book, but
I really
No,
enjoyed it.
I love Spielberg's old style movies, and I don't think this is up to his. It's very good.
I thought
for
it
him.
felt like vintage Spielberg to me.
I don't know. I just like.
You didn't think it was bad though.
I didn't think it was bad. No, I would definitely. I like. But again,
I did like the twist with Sorrento and how they get the upper hand on him
yeah, it's
by
different.
figuring out he thinks he's out of the
Yes.
oasis, but he's still inside.
Yeah.
One part that so there are 2 parts. The I love you scene, and then the part where the entire Stax is like, you're not gonna get through him, and he just takes out a gun.
Yeah.
And they all just
But why would you do that? The second he walks past you, and you just hit him in the head with a brick.
yeah.
I was like, oh, come on,
how
really?
did 1,000 people just say, yeah, forget it?
Like we get him in a rush.
Yeah.
He might get a shot off before we beat him into paste.
Right.
Like I was like,
Yeah,
oh.
I thought that was lame.
Yeah.
I thought that was lame.
And that's what I mean. Like I think it could have used one more rewrite.
I looked at Nicole, I'm like, are 800 people gonna let him kill a kid?
Yeah.
Is that what's gonna happen right now?
Yeah. And then he doesn't kill him because he's crying?
Was he taken aback? I don't know, because the police came and stopped him.
No. He opens the door and
Right.
she screams no, and his hands are glowing orange because he's
Right.
holding the egg.
Because the game is over.
Because he's in awe. He's in awe. of the
yeah, I
egg.
guess. Like all of a
Yeah.
sudden he's in awe. He
Yeah.
doesn't see the egg though.
But his hands are glowing.
Yeah, because he's like they're lighting up because of the suit.
No, they know because it's happening live on.
Yeah, but how does he?
No, but he's
like,
seeing it live.
He's seeing it live.
Yeah.
Like he's staring at the kid ready to shoot him, and I'm just like, give me something. Give me
his
some.
his hands in the real world were
give
glowing
me some reason
for him to be in awe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like you give me a line earlier on.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, like where I never found an Easter egg in a game. Give me something.
Right.
That makes him like that snaps him back to there's some humanity in him because up to that point there's no humanity in him. Like
Yeah.
he takes a gun from the guy's like, give me that gun. I'm gonna go shoot these kids.
Yeah.
Like he has there's no humanity in him.
Yeah.
That it doesn't pay off.
Right.
And that's like that kind of lazy screenwriting I don't like.
Yeah.
And that stuff I see right away and that snapped me right out of the movie. I'm like, oh, 800 people are going to let him go?
Mm-hmm.
And then he's so scary and so mean. They were like, don't get rid of that crazy man.
Yeah.
And then the kid rolls a tear and he's like, I guess I'm beat. Like that kind of stuff bothers me. I hate that lazy writing.
All right.
I liked it. I just
Like draft. Run a draft.
I needed
Right.
more.
And so here's the thing. If you're not a pop culture fan, I wouldn't recommend it to
Oh
you.
no, if you're not into
Right. So that's not a good movie. That's
You
not a
know
good
what?
movie.
You know
if
what?
you're a
I'm
pop
not
culture fan, go see it. There's tons of pop culture references. But if you're a guy who's like, I'm not into like superheroes and action movie, like, don't see that.
Yeah.
It's not for you. Like, you think your dad would like it?
My dad liked it.
I could see
but your dad liked those kind of movies.
I could see my dad thinking this was all right. I don't think he'd think it was great.
No, it's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all right. It's not
But
great.
he's not
But
gonna
again,
be looking
I
for any
wouldn't
of the pop
send
culture
him to the movies for that. Like,
Yeah.
see it at home. It's great. If you really like pop culture, go see it in the movie.
Yeah.
Like, it's an homage to pop culture.
I think it needed, like, I agree with you. I think it needed the Guardians touch to it.
Yeah.
And I think it needed to just tighten
another
it up.
rewrite. Yeah, another rewrite. It's not terrible. It's just not great.
I'd like for you guys to watch it one more time and then
I will definitely.
I'll watch it
definitely
again.
watch it again.
I had high hopes for this movie.
So did I.
So did I, and it met all my
And
expectations.
the book's not great.
I didn't
It's
leave the
not.
movie going, oh, this was terrible.
Neither did I.
I was like, I was entertained.
That's exactly. I was like this. I was entertained, but I wouldn't put it in my
was-
top like 50 movies.
It's like you're leaving an X-Men movie, like, they could have done something.
No. It's better than that.
Okay.
It's better than that. But like, I wouldn't put that in my top 10 Spielberg movies.
All right. I mean, I'd have to sit down and look at Spielberg movies. I mean, all the Back to the Futures are better than this, obviously.
They're not Spielberg.
They're not Spielberg?
No.
Oh, that's Zemeckis? But he didn't produce them or something?
He produced them.
All
yeah,
right. Well,
yeah.
he had something to do with it.
You know, like it's good, but it's not. It's not nowhere near one of my favorite movies. I enjoyed it.
I don't think it's one of my favorite movies. I just
Give it a
really,
9 out of 10.
yeah, for the genre that it's in. I mean, it's
What's
not.
its genre?
I don't know, sci-fi nostalgia, whatever you want to call it.
It's the
I don't
only
know.
one in that genre.
He's going to give Infinity War a 9 out of 10.
Yeah, I know he is.
No, I'm gonna give that a 10 out of 10.
He's gonna give that a 9.1 out of 10. It's much better. 1/10 better.
This was a movie that I was looking forward to below Infinity War.
Okay.
Outside of the Marvel movies, like it was Ready Player One.
I like this way better than Pacific Rim. I like this way better
Yeah,
than
'cause
Black
that's
Panther.
dog shit.
I liked it better than Black Panther.
Really?
Yeah.
You know what it is for
It
me?
was way more entertaining than Black Panther. Black Panther was just another comic book
When
movie.
I read Ready Player One,
Right.
I went, if I was as big a 80s fan as I was 90s pop culture, this book would be amazing to me.
Yeah, yeah.
I wish they wrote this book with 90s. So then when they did the movie, and I went, oh, they're going to do all 90s stuff. This should be right in my sweet spot, right? Because
Yeah.
they doing that premise of the movie, which I loved, but with my pop culture stuff.
Right.
Because when they did a lot of the 80s stuff, like I never played Joust.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's in there, you know. Like I didn't know a lot of the '80s references. I knew them kind of surface level when I read the book.
Yeah.
Like, could I have a conversation about Atari? Yeah, real surface level.
Right.
You know, but when they're like, "Oh, we're gonna do a lot of '90s references," I was like, "Oh, this will be right in my sweet spot." And it's just, it kind of fell short.
Okay. All right. Well, you want to give Tony a lead in for Comic Book Corner?
Take it away, Tony. Pew pew.
Comic Book Corner, brought to you by Comic Book Jones, located at 2220 Forest Avenue in Staten Island, and Royal Collectibles at 9601 Metropolitan Avenue in Queens, New York. Visit these fine establishments for all of your comic book needs.
Okay, so this week we're going to play you an interview from another guy that we met, another comic book creator / artist from the New Jersey Comic Show. His name is Javier Cruz. He's got a really cool little story. It was really interesting because when I was interviewing him, something was going on at the con where they were giving away stuff, so we were constantly being like interrupted by some cosplayer that was being given away prizes or something. But I edited it all together for you, and here it is. Javier Cruz. Hope you enjoy it. So I'm at the New Jersey Shore Comic Show with Javier Cruz-Winnik. How you doing, Javier?
What's going on, people?
Hopefully no crazy cats come and find us, but except Mac and Trouble. They're pretty good. Tell me a little bit about your book.
So I have written and illustrated a graphic novel series titled A Reason to Smile, and it is about a little Puerto Rican girl from New York who is second generation, and she likes to use her creativity and her imagination to help people find the bright side of their life.
Nice. Is it printed comic, digital comic?
It is a printed comic. I do a soft cover and a hardcover. The soft cover is just the story, and then the hardcover has all the bells and whistles. So where you get, the bang for your buck. And what's great about the hardcover too is that it has, a short story to go with it, behind the scenes about how and why I made the story, and I was able to commission 5 to 6 other artists to show their take on the story as well. So where you can see how a Puerto Rican character is just as mainstream as any other character in comics.
Very cool. What were some of your influences growing up while you were drawing and getting into comics?
So I was always into cartoons. My father was in the Air Force, and being in the Air Force, we would travel to different places to live. So I've lived in Holland and Hawaii and the Netherlands.
Army brat.
Yeah, Holland and Netherlands, same place. But I traveled around, and seeing the different places that we would live in, my father would always get stuff from the different video rental places and would record stuff for me to watch. So I'd watch Voltron, and I'd watch all these different cartoons. And then one day my aunt sends me from the States, she sends me a 6-hour VHS of a Saturday morning cartoon day.
Oh, nice.
And that was back when Saturday cartoons was from 6 a.m. to 12 noon. So I had 2 tapes of that, and I used to watch those on repeat. And I would draw the cartoons that I would see.
Yeah.
And when I was about 10 years old, I was at a summer camp where we would do athletics in the afternoon and academics in the morning. And during the academics, one of the teachers was like, "This is my job. This is what I like to do. This is what I do for a living, but I love it. So when you get older, you're going to have a job as well. You might as well find a job that you love."
Right.
So I said, "Hey, I want to be an artist." And I didn't draw for fun anymore. Only. At that time, I started drawing for fun, but I also started drawing to become a better artist. So when I became an adult, that would be where I would go.
Nice, very good. Where can people find you and find your work to buy it?
So you can find A Reason to Smile on Amazon. You can also email me at thelearningcurve@gmail.com. The curve has no E at the end. And then that way I can get you a signed copy. And then you can also check out thecurve.com, The Learning Curve on Instagram. On Facebook, it's thecurve.com. Actually, just The Curve, sorry. And just shoot me a message, and we can work out how to get you some artwork.
Very cool. And is your art mostly traditional, pencil and paper, or is it digital?
So it's pencil and paper, and then I color in Photoshop. But I do commissions where I do color markers. So my latest one was an 18 by 24 inch drawing of Mega Man fighting Omega.
Oh, cool.
And I was done with pencil, ink, and markers. So that's something that I can do for you guys as well.
Awesome. Thank you so much for giving us your time, Javier.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
All right, so there's Javier Cruz. Check out his book. Sounds really interesting. He really put a lot of love and effort into that book. So go check it out on Comixology or wherever you can find him on social media, Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. And I just want to thank him again for giving us his time. So did you finally get around to reading Ninja Turtles Batman?
I did.
This was the one where Donnie takes the Venom, right?
Yes.
Unbelievable. The drawing is so good in this.
The
book.
art is fantastic.
Yeah, Freddie Williams II, I think, is the artist.
The story is okay.
Mm-hmm.
I like the first Batman Ninja Turtles arc better.
Yeah,
but
it's hard to top that though.
I like where they went at the end of the book.
Remind me where it went at the end of the book again. Spoiler alert. Because I read it 2 weeks ago.
The Turtles and Batman can't beat Bane and his
army foot soldiers with all the venom.
Yeah, and then the only way to get the foot turn on Bane is someone stronger than Bane. And who do they break out of jail? Shredder.
Batman does it, right?
Yeah, Batman goes to get him. He's like, I know what we need.
Yeah.
And I think he tells him, but you're not going to like it.
Right.
And then he goes and
you see him in the cell.
Yeah. I didn't like that now Nightwing and Batgirl are have made it into the fold.
But they're in Gotham, right? They're taking care of the Gotham stuff?
How
or are they
did
in
Shredder beat Bane?
For control of the Foot Clan.
Yeah, he's probably going to convince the Foot Clan to kind of join back up with him.
They only follow whoever is the strongest, and I guess they see Shredder as being the strongest. Batman comes and gives him his armor.
One of the coolest panels was in the issue before this. I don't know. What was this, 4? It was this issue 4?
Yeah.
Issue 3, the last page on issue 3 was when they put Bane's mask on the Statue of Liberty.
Yes.
How fucking cool was that drawing?
That was really cool.
That was his like symbol of this is my city now. And he just drapes, like the foot soldiers just drape a giant Bane mask over the Statue of Liberty. Dude, that was so badass. I loved it, man. But yeah, this story arc's pretty cool.
It was good.
I like it. I mean, yeah, it's not the original one, but I think it's doing its job. Doing its pretty good job.
Splinter gets crushed by Bane. And
he gets destroyed. Poor guy.
The first...
Then they Lazarus pit him. 3
issues, it's Raphael and Damian are at each other's throats.
Yeah.
And Damian's the one like, hey, I want to help you, but you're not going to like what happens.
Yeah.
And they kind of like prep him like the side effects of Lazarus Pit and all that stuff.
He comes out like a madman.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's great. It's really good. I thought that was really interesting.
Yeah.
The way they're really melding Batman and Ninja Turtles together really, really well.
Oh, it's really good.
Next week we're going to talk about Metal.
Mm-hmm.
Give people a chance to read Metal because it was amazing. And hopefully Doomsday Clock. That'll be next week. But right now, it's time for Social Shit Time.
It's time once again for your favorite segment. What time is it?
Social Shit Time!
All right.
All right, so what we're going to do here on Social Shit Time, I got some tweets, and I also got some, we're going to go through our bracket. So, Joe, do you got the winners of the matchups for this week?
I do.
Who were we're down to the final four, right?
Yep.
All right, and what do we got for the final four?
So we have McClane versus Bond.
McClane versus Bond. Are we going to vote? I'm going to go Bond.
You're wrong. I'm going to go McClane.
Who wins?
I watched Die Hard 1, 2, and 3 the other night. They were all on HBO in a row.
Nice.
Yep.
This is an upset.
It's not Bond.
It's Bond.
I don't even want to play this game anymore. I don't give a shit who
It's
wins.
not your game.
Huh?
It's not your game. All right, Bond wins.
Yep.
Bond.
Yes.
What the
James Bond.
Fuck.
James Bond.
He's a pretty cool character, Mike. Not for nothing.
The next one.
No, he is for nothing. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Is Terminator and Aragorn.
Terminator.
Should be Terminator.
Yeah. Joe says, how does Aragorn jackass keep winning?
All right, Bond, Terminator.
Terminator.
Yeah.
Indy Maximus.
Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
Indiana.
John William Wallace.
John Wick.
I vote John Wick.
Yep.
All right, so now what? Okay. So we got Bond versus...
That shocks me.
Versus Wick and Terminator versus Indiana Jones.
Yep.
Bond, John Wick, Terminator, Indiana. Whew. I guess Bond wins that because if Bond can beat McClane, then Bond can beat anyone.
You know, looking at the votes from this week,
Yeah.
I think John Wick might take it all.
You think so?
Mm-hmm.
I always thought it was going to be Wick and McClane at the end.
Were they on the opposite sides of the thing?
Yeah.
All right, then I did this wrong. Then it should be Bond versus
Terminator.
Yeah. Okay. And then Indiana versus Wick?
I believe so.
I don't know.
We'll double check it.
Yeah, we'll double check it. We'll double check that. But that's who's left. I think it's Bond versus Wick.
Just check the post when I post them.
Yeah. All right, so keep voting. Thanks for voting. Appreciate that.
This is the final four. That was the Elite Eight.
That was the Elite Eight. All right. Okay. On Twitter, we got some tweets from people. Let me find them. I got a couple here. Oh, this one was really funny. Did you guys happen to see the tweet from Sanofa Bantha?
No, I don't check Twitter.
Well, all right. It's a picture of a cat that has like wool fur, right? So she goes, "It's an actual shitten," because it looks. What'd you see here? Here it is. It's so funny. Like they actually found a shitten. It's so funny, man.
Oh, so I got a funny story for you real quick.
Okay.
So the other day was Easter.
Yeah.
And my parents asked how the podcast was going, if we had any sponsors. So I was like, yeah, I got one. I was like, what is it? I told them, bag of dicks.
Oh, Jesus.
So they both looked at me like, you're crazy. Like, this is you full of shit. My brother's
No, that's
sitting.
shitting.
That's exactly what I said. So my brother's sitting across from me. He's like, no, it's serious. Like, that's their sponsor. So then I said, but Steve's working on another one. And they're like, what's that? I was like, shittens.
Get out, they said. Get out.
It's like, what's a shitten? Is it an animal?
Right.
I was like, no, it's a...
What animal would sponsor a podcast?
It's a mitten you put on your hand to wipe your ass.
Right.
Did not believe me. I had to like show them proof of these things.
That's funny. Do you want to give them to them?
No, that's
Do they
okay.
want to try them?
Nah, that's all right.
All right. And it wouldn't be a social shit time without something from Kate. And she says, this goes back to our sitcom episode. She says that she considers Full House to be more of an 80s sitcom than a 90s sitcom. I'm going to disagree.
So am I.
I'm going to disagree there, Kate. I love you, but my childhood was all Full House. And I I don't remember much of the 80s because I was whittle. I was a whittle baby.
Yeah.
In the 80s.
Do we know the years the show ran?
I do not.
I'm sure,
I'm sure we can check that out in 2 seconds. Join the conversation on Facebook.com/Dinner and a Podcast. Check out our Instagram and our Twitter handles at Dinner and a Podcast, and email us any questions and comments at dinnerandpodcast@gmail.com. Big thanks to Andrew Brookes for all the amazing artwork that he does and the amazing animations that he makes and creates for our YouTube channel. Check those out by searching Dinner and a Podcast on YouTube. And to see Andrew's other work, visit andrewbrooksportfolio.com. Alejandro Rosado for making our amazing artwork for us. You can follow him on Twitter and Instagram at Alero Art. Will Shelton for the awesome theme song you hear. Follow him on SoundCloud at William_Shelton. And lastly, a big thanks to Tony Wolf, who's the voice you hear on all the bumpers during the show. Follow him at Tony Wolfness on Twitter and on Instagram. And until next week, I'm Steve.
I'm Joe.
I'm Mike.
See you later, everybody. Have a good weekend.
Suck it, sales.